Hello and welcome back to another Anchor Up devlog. Today in this video I'm going to be sharing with you all of the progress that I have made on my indie game in the past week. So this week's tasks include updating the lighting dramatically, adding a new weapon, having the size of levels that I can create be a lot bigger, and also making some of the store page graphical assets. The first thing that I got on with this week was creating the new weapon, which was a tentacle. And I didn't want this to be like the others in the sense that it's a long-range gun. Instead, it's more of a positional relative weapon, sort of like a piece in chess, how it can only move in some directions. Also this week, I sent off these two video clips to some trusted game designers I know on Discord to get their opinion on which they prefer and which looks, well, generally better. And the decision was pretty unanimous, and that was the second one. I also agree with this decision. I got some feedback that it pops out more, and I couldn't agree more, so I'm going to go and stick with this, and also update some of my previous levels to work with this better. Also, I'm probably going to have to stop showing every single puzzle at this point, because I will need to leave the vast majority of it to be actually in the game itself. However, here are some of the kind of key defining location pieces, as well as some of the ones that I've changed, and I've also tried to include something that's moving in every level, so that way you can stare at it for quite a while you are figuring out what move to make next. While on the subject of having a finished game, here is the actual cover art for the game that I'm going with at the minute, and the reason that I haven't got as much content again this week as previous weeks is because of the fact that I've actually been working on a certain store page on Steam. So hopefully I'll be able to show that in the next video, and will then mean that you guys can then wishlist it and keep up to date with the project that way as well. Also, as you can see, I have updated the logo to include a ship and also have it kind of just one colour because it looks more minimalist and clean that way. But I'd like to hear your opinions about that in the comments below. Moving on, here is the current state of the gameplay loop, including a look at the new level, which is an 8x8 level, which is different because the previous ones have all been 6x6. Luckily, when I was making the system, I did have the intention of making bigger levels, so it wasn't too much work to kind of add more tiles that the player could move onto, and also have the enemies recognise. The new gameplay loop also includes another stage at the end of the after report. This is to make it easier for players to change how their ship is. If they think that, oh, I should have had a cannon on the left instead of the right, they can easily just click one button, go into it, change about their weapons, and then head back to the actual level itself by clicking continue and then just clicking the retry button. Another minor change, but kind of quality of life improvement, was actually adding in a marker for where enemies are going to spawn in survival levels. So as you can see, a kind of red rapid appears where an enemy ship is about to spawn in. This is just to add further clarity so the player knows what move they should make next. Also, here is a top-down look at the 8x8 level, just so you can get an idea of kind of how the battles will take place here. And I'm also intending on having some survival levels that last quite a while on there as well. I also am going to add in some UI so you know how many ships you have to destroy for the survival mission to be over. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and if you are interested in keeping up to date with the rest of this project, then subscribing would be very much appreciated. And if you have any feedback on the game or the video, then feel free to leave that in the comments below, and thank you to anyone that has done that already. See you in the next one.